All right, Shalom Makim. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Racha, Kodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say Shalom to the elect that's teaching His word in all true faith and sincerity. And today, I just want to get into a lesson. We'll title it The Momentum of Prophecy. And as you can see, we pretty much is coming into the climax of this. Really just two major prophecies left, which is the hour of temptation, and Mark being implemented, and the destruction. And we here, man, as you see these events that's happening on the planet Earth. All this is the intent and purpose of Yahweh Hashem Shai, everything that you see going on today. Especially this prominent prophecy here, which is the mark of the beast. It's becoming more and more mainstream, becoming more and more in the news, because this is the next major prophecy to take hold of the earth. So let's get it. The book of jumping the gun. This is from CNN, and it reads: Elon Musk Neuralink is seeking a second person to test his brain chip. See, this is where the momentum is heading towards. This digital system, and having you as the Internet of Things. Yeah, I know about the chip in the hand, but as you can see, you got Elon Musk as well as Bezos and Bill Gates have also teamed up to contribute to that head aspect of the mark. To so-called rival Elon Musk Neuralink, but ultimately they all working in tandem, man. So let's see. This is Elon Musk's brain implant startup Neuralink is accepting applications for a second human trial participant to test its device, the billionaire said on X Friday. The request comes 5 months after Neuralink implanted a brain chip into its first human trial participant, 30-year-old Nolan Arbo, and just a week after the company admitted that his implant had experienced an unexpected problem. Neuralink said that the threads connecting the chips to Arbo's brain had retracted, causing performance issues, although the company said it made adjustments to improve its function. Still, Arbo said the implant, which allows him to control a computer cursor with his brain, has changed his life. Arbo has been a quadriplegic since 2016 following a driving accident. And this is what's this is the snare the devil is gonna use, by the way of these false miracles, to lure you in to take that thing, man. You have different physical problems or things of that nature. Well, they got something for it. They got the brain chip. So that's pretty much it. We ain't got to read no more, because guess what? Soon another article is going to come out and expound on it even more, to the point ultimately we coming to the near future where it's going to be up close and personal. So let's get this, the book of Revelation 13 and 16. We all know it. And he caused of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. So we just read the forehead part, going into it, how, Neuralink is pretty much, you able to, your life has changed. As you see, the guy, his life has changed from the Neuralink. He was a quadriplegic, he was paralyzed, but now he's given a glimmer of hope now. But it said causal because ultimately it's going to be a law. This is going to be a legislation for you to receive this, to continue in this society, man. It said, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. See? So you ain't going to be able to continue within this society unless you have that mark. And it's becoming more and more clear and obvious of what that mark is. It's the chip. What else could it be? Where else is the momentum heading towards? This digital system. It's this digital system that's being set up. And this is what you're seeing coming about, man. This is the book of Isaiah 42. Isaiah 42 verse 9, it reads, behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. So you had the former things of old, just going to the records, the flood, Egypt, Sodom and Gomorrah. Those events was reported to the prophets, and the prophets reported it to the people. Well, Yahweh Shema Shah once again in this time, beginning with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone on down, this report was given concerning this event that's going to happen in this lifetime, which is the violent overthrow of America. But it's going to be a series of events that's going to lead up to that moment. Such as the famine, the pestilence, pretty much all hell breaking loose. But especially that chip. That outward temptation, that's a big part of prophecy. And it's being declared and it's being spoken of and prophesied now. Because now is the time. It says, behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them. So you had the apostles to speak on the chip, being the mark. And now what you're seeing show you that this is the words of Yahweh Ashmal Shai's life. You seeing it playing out. You seeing it springing forth. It's manifesting. And that show you the Lord is with the men of Great Millstone. When you read concerning Samuel, it talks about how the Lord was with him and let none of his words fall to the ground. So as you can see concerning this prophecy of the mark, where is this momentum? The momentum is heading towards this digital system, man. So that just shows everything is right on schedule, man. It's a lot. The book of 2 Corinthians 2, verse 11, it reads, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. See, and this is how this man is going to try to bring forth that captivity. Because Scripture talks about oppression shall not rise a second time. But this is how this man is going to try to do that. Because that word device, which in the article it mentions a device, which in this, you read the Scripture, that word device, it goes back to a plot or a scheme, usually in an evil manner. But why now, in today's time, these modern times, that word device is associated with electronics Because ultimately, the devil's Satan devices ultimately is going to lead to a device. That chip, man, whether the brain chip or it's in your hand, you know, and that's part of that, that digital all. When you go into the law of the all, it's the same thing, but it's in modern form, man. So this is what we seeing on planet Earth, which is the prophecy unfold. And this is one aspect of it. This marked the hour of temptation. Matter of fact, let's get that. Revelation 3, verse 10, it reads, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So as you can see, and it just shows how powerful and vital of having his word is going to lead to us being kept. Yahushua going to keep us from that hour of temptation, which is when that chip is mandated. And it said, we shall come upon all the world, because this is not a regional thing. This is a global thing that's happening. That new world order, we seeing it. This devil is trying to implement that on the earth now. You got all these countries with, CBDCs. So they all on one accord. Oh, it talks about that also in the Daniel the 3rd chapter. You read towards the top how all those, pretty much everybody of the provinces came together to the dedication of the image. So all these countries, they might have certain differences here and there, but guess what? Concerning this image, this system, this digital system being set up, they all on one accord, man. This is where the momentum is heading towards. See, Job 5 and verse 12, it reads, he disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. See, the Lord's going to upset this man and his plans. Because ultimately it says that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. This man want to, implement this new world order. The Lord is not going to allow this man to do that. But as you can see, it's from those devices, which ultimately is going to lead to that device, that grain of rice. This is what's going to bring forth that transition into that new world order. But the Lord is going to disappoint him. Matter of fact, I think that's also in Psalms 140. Let me see if that's in Psalms 140. The Lord's going to disappoint this man, and that showed that this devil he was looking forward to it. The Lord is going to allow this man to chip people and get this system off the ground to a certain extent, and then he's going to be violently cut off. Psalm 140 verse 8, it reads, grant not, O Lord, the desires of the wicked. Further not his wicked device, lest they exalt themselves. Salah. See, it says further not his wicked device. Because this devil can only go so far. The Lord is going to allow this man to go so far. But then he's going to be cut off. But it said that device, if the Lord allowed this man to continue and have his device do what it do, he will be exalted. Which is him, chipping everyone will be subject unto him. But the Lord is not going to allow that. And it begins now by Yahweh Shema Shai, giving us the understanding and knowing what the mark is. And putting the spirit in us to relay that message out, put it out there that, that this devil, his devices, bringing out his agenda. That's part of him being disappointed and upset, because this truth is a big part of this man being uprooted. As you can see, is that going back to that device, because of course, evil plans, schemes, and plots, but it's for a certain goal, a certain thing to be met, and that's for these people to take the chip. That's gonna cement him being in power forever. But Yahweh Shemashah is gonna disappoint him. It says he taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. So ultimately, this man is not going to accomplish, what he think he, what he plan on doing, which is implement this new world order. And as you can see, the momentum of prophecy is heading towards this digital system. We said you hearing more and more about CBDCs, Elon Musk and the Neuralink. I mentioned earlier, Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos teaming up for brain chips now. So that shows where we at in this process. We really at the end. Matter of fact, I'm gonna end off on this because I also mentioned earlier concerning, we pretty much got, two major prophecies left, which is the chip and the destruction. So we here. So this St. Matthew 24 verse 29, it reads, immediately after the tribulation of those days. So this is concerning that hour of temptation, when that time the Lord allowed this man to implement that chip and be a madman. See, that time of tribulation is not when they got a picture of JC in your face and you is forced to give your life over to Jesus Christ. That's not going to be what you're tempted with. It's going to be that mark, that grain of rice, for you to continue in this system, to have a roof over your head, a job, family